going on YouTube? This is Intergalactic Brew. Just basically, wanted to do just a little short video, to all the Falcons fans out there, just to let y'all know, man, be strong and be encouraged. I mean, there's no excuse for what happened today. We can all see that. No excuse at all. There was no doubt that we were the better team in Chicago. I think on both sides of the ball. We just didn't deliver. I don't know really what the cause of this whole thing was, but we made a lot of unusual mistakes, big mistakes, to say the least. I was thinking, that since, how can I say this? I was thinking that, especially from looking at the preseason on how we had glimpses of those explosive impact plays, at certain moments of the game, I really thought that, we were really going to see a lot of that today. Really wear the Chicago Bears defense out. Defensively, I definitely expected us to be on top of Jay Cutler, kind of get him out of his element early, and basically to slow down the receivers and at least attempt to contain Devin Hester. I mean, I know that was going to be a very hard task to try and stop Devin Hester, but at least we could have contained him. But like I said in the last video I did the other day, when it comes to the Falcons, man, I mean, it's always in our head. It's always the mental perspective that really comes into play when it comes to these games. It's not having anything to do with our physical abilities, because physically we got it. But it just seems like psychologically we just have the tendency, to, basically shy away from what's been instructed for us to do. Instead of, just basically doing what we feel is going to work. But then again, it's not just the players, it's the coordinators as well. I mean, Mike Mularkey's got to do a better job, of drawing up some more surprising, fast, impact plays, explosive plays, like like they've been saying. We got to see the explosive plays, man. Mularkey's got to, he's got to be more aggressive in his approach, when he draws up these plays, man, because if we just keep, exposing ourselves as vulnerable, and when I say that, I mean, if if we pass the ball and Matt Ryan's always throwing the ball underneath and setting us up, to get intercepted, that's gonna leave, a big, I'm not gonna say a target, but that's gonna leave an opening for teams. Teams are gonna look for that. They're gonna look for Matt Ryan to do that. I mean, it's a lot of things, that went on in this game that caused us to stink this up, because this is basically what it was, a stinker. Too many turnovers, too many missed opportunities. Again, there goes that opportunistic word. Just not being able to stop Chicago's key players, their main playmakers on offense. Hester, Forte, Knox, Jay Cutler. I don't know. I don't know if it was because the expectation was too high for us. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I encourage you Falcons fans and all Falcons fans across the country, don't get discouraged. Please, whatever you do, don't get discouraged. This is my cry out to you right now. This is my war cry. Don't get discouraged. Please, whatever you do. I mean, because technically, when you look at it, this is the first game. We've been in this situation before. Although I don't like to be in this position, but, I mean, we can't control what happens, But, I mean, if there's any inspiration to gain from this, we were kind of in the same position last season, and then after we lost that first game against Pittsburgh in overtime, which was just as crucial, if not more crucial than this, we went on to win 13 games, get the number 1 seed in the NFC, and get to the playoffs and home field advantage and all that other good stuff. I'm just saying that gives you, a reason to look on the bright side. If that gives you a reason to look on the bright side, you can take that with you. I mean, I don't know what it is about the first game of the season, but for some reason we come up short. And that's not a good omen to have. But what I want to know from y'all, the true loyal diehard Falcons fans, is that what type of persona is it going to take for us, to play better? I mean, what can possibly help us, stop being so laid back and so conservative? Because I feel that the best teams in the NFL or in the sport of football, period, I feel like the best teams have attitudes. And when I say attitudes, I mean like mad, angry, whatever you want to call it. But they play with ice water in their veins, so to speak. They have a very relentless, merciless attitude towards the sport. And I feel like that's what Atlanta needs. I feel like Atlanta really needs that edge, and I think we really need, you know, that anger to stir up in us. Now, I'm not saying, you know, for us to go out and start killing people, you know, like, you know, injuring people and giving people concussions and all that stuff. I'm not telling us, you know, to get, you know, that crazy or crazy at all. I'm not asking the Falcons to play like, you know, they're just insane and psychotic. But I mean, like, you know, what I'm saying is I want us to play, you know, like, I don't know, like, I can't explain the feeling, but I want to see this anger stir up in us. You know, like somebody just basically, you know, threaten the Falcons. You know, if you know, I know a lot of players on the Falcons have kids. I want them to play like they're so mad, as if, you know, somebody called their phone right before the game started and said, "I got a gun pointed to your kid's head, and if you don't win this game, you know, I'm gonna blow his brains out." I know that's kind of harsh, and I know that's kind of rough, but I'm saying, if somebody called your phone talking about, you know, they were gonna kill your kid, you know, if you didn't, you know, accomplish a certain thing, that would piss you off, and you would want to go hunt that person down, and you probably want to kill him yourself. But that's the type of edge that I think the Falcons need. The Falcons need an attitude adjustment. That's what I think it is. I think they need an attitude adjustment, because I've noticed this, and this really came, you know, to light today. You know, the Falcons are too laid back. I don't know why they're like so cool and everything. And I mean, it's not wrong to have that way, to be that way. But when you're playing the sport of football, man, you know, you got to get mad. You got to get angry. You have got to be pissed off. That's why, you know, when you talk about teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears even, and the New York Jets, why do they talk about those teams so much? Because those teams play like they're crazy as hell. Seriously, that's their mindset. They have a crazy mindset. Literally, like insane, psychotic, you know, maniacal. You know, they have, you know, the that you know, killed or be killed type mentality. Seriously, because football is not a laid back sport. It's a very aggressive sport. It's a very barbaric sport. You know, and it shows, you know, whether you're tough, you know, if you have the athleticism, do you have the endurance, and all those other things that go into it. That's what it shows. So that's how I feel. I feel like the Falcons need, you know, an attitude adjustment. I feel like Coach Smith needs to get so pissed off that he just like basically screams and yells at all of the Atlanta Falcons, you know, every day in practice. Just scream at them, get in their ear, chew them out, you know, call them pussies or, you know, bitches or whatever you want to call them, and just get them so damn mad to where they get angry, to where they want to hit Coach Smith, but at the same time, they channel that anger and that rage and bring it into the game with them, and that way they'll play better. I guarantee you they'll play better. If the Falcons have like a psychotic attitude adjustment, they will play better. Trust me. But that's just my opinion. But I want to hear from y'all though. You know, but until then, I'm out. Falcons, get it together.